Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. It isn't going to be focusing on a sneaker review, but more so just kind of talking about the rise and fall of the Adidas Yeezy sneaker empire. So some of you may or may not know, Kanye West was originally with Nike back in the late 2000s. He had a pretty good run with the Air Yeezy 1 and the 2. Till this day, those are two sneakers that are still, to me, very highly coveted. And if Nike ever retros those again, I will definitely be trying to secure a pair. At this point, I think paying resale for those is a little bit hard for me. One, because the money is ridiculous. And two, I've seen a lot of pairs just kind of crumble after they've been worn a few times. So to me, it wouldn't really be worth paying all that money just to see a sneaker crumble, because I would definitely love to wear those a lot. But after Nike and Kanye West separated, Kanye partnered up with Adidas, and they had a very successful run. Obviously, it started with the 350 and the 750. Those were kind of like the two models that Kanye launched through the Yeezy line with Adidas. And those sneakers were very popular at the time, which this was 2013, 2014. We had the 350 V1. They had the Turtle Dove colorway, the black one, the Moon Rock. Very, very solid shoes in my opinion. And then obviously they launched the 350 V2. And that was actually the first time I was actually able to secure a pair of Adidas Yeezy sneakers. The first pair being the bread pair here. And this was in 2014. And I remember being so excited to own these because at the time, resale on these was high and they were extremely hard to get. And I just wore them all the time. I pretty much an all black sneaker with a little bit of red. They were pretty wearable, and so any chance that I got, I would pull them out. Again, because of the resale being so high and so limited, it was definitely cool to just have that sneaker in hand. And the popularity of Kanye West at the time was pretty high. I think even till this day, Kanye West has a pretty strong fan base. But back to the shoes here, the 350 V2 Zebra was the second pair of 350s that I was able to secure. I had the Mauve 700s as well, but I completely beat those up to the ground because that to me was one of my favorite Yeezy sneakers at the time. And the Boost on the 700s, if you guys know, super comfortable, just an overall nice shoe. One to this day, if I could get for a reasonable price, I would probably buy again. And a super durable shoe as well, because it was like that dark gray color, so it didn't really get dirty all that quickly. But I really wanted to talk about the Yeezy sneaker line because as of right now, there's a ton of Yeezy sneakers on the Adidas website for 50% off. There's a ton of models. There's the 380s, the 450s. They have some 500s, some 700 V3s. And to me, that's crazy because not too long ago, those sneakers were highly coveted, very hard to get. Resale price was through the roof, and now to see them just sitting on a website is one thing, but to see them for 50% off and still sitting, definitely crazy to see. Again, there's a lot of things that happened with Kanye and Adidas that kind of ultimately led them to kind of fall off. Not going to get into the specifics because that's not me, but it's just kind of crazy to see from a sneaker enthusiast standpoint, kind of how at one point that brand was so highly coveted and so high in demand to where now Adidas can't even sell some of these shoes for a heavy discount. And like I said, some of the shoes on the website are the 500s. I actually have a pair of the ash grays right here, which I absolutely love. Still wear these a lot to this day. Not as much as I used to, but still pretty decent on rotation. And there's actually a couple of colorways of the 500 that are at 50% off right now. If you guys are interested in looking at what's available, I'll be posting that link in the description box below for you guys. And another sneaker that they have a few colorways of is the Adidas 700 V3. Originally, my favorite Yeezy Adidas sneaker was the 700, but towards the end, wearing the models that I was able to wear and seeing the colorways, this to me is my favorite colorway here. This is the original 700 V3 color in the Azale colorway. And like I said, I just love this shoe, even though it doesn't boast that boost cushioning that the 700 V1 and V2 does. Just the overall look of the shoe and how lightweight it is it's just so different and so futuristic looking, and the colorway on this sneaker is so subtle that it's just a sneaker that I have super heavy on rotation. I wear these all the time, especially when I travel, because they're just like an easy slip-on, slip-off shoe. So when I travel, I definitely add these to my rotation every chance that I get. But yeah, just kind of crazy to see where the Adidas Yeezy sneaker line kind of stands right now. Obviously, there's still a few pairs that are somewhat coveted, that have somewhat of a resale value still, but it is nothing like it once was back in 2013, 2014. Again, we've kind of seen like a decade's worth of Yeezy sneakers, and I think they oversaturated it for a bit with all the 350 V2s that kind of came out and were so similar in colors that I think at a certain point you kind of just have to take a step back and realize that it's not really worth getting all the sneaker colorways when they're pretty identical to one another. It's like you couldn't really tell which one was which at a certain point with all the different tans and browns that they used that looked very similar every time they released. But yeah, let me know what your overall thoughts are on the Adidas Yeezy line and where it kind of stands. Will Adidas and Kanye West ever revamp the line? That is, I don't think it will, but I think it would be cool to kind of see Kanye and Nike come back and re-release the original Nike Air Yeezy 1s and the 2s, and possibly see some other newer models that maybe they had in store that maybe just didn't release. That is something that I would definitely hope for, because I just love that Nike Air Yeezy model. I just think it's so cool and futuristic looking. But yeah, let me know what you guys' thoughts are on the Adidas Yeezy sneaker line. Are Yeezys still heavily in your rotation? Are they not? Feel free to check out all the Yeezys on sale in the description box below. Tons of colorways for 50% off. So if there's an Adidas Yeezy model that you guys maybe were on the lookout for, maybe you can secure that pair now for a good discount. But that's pretty much it, guys. But like always, thanks for your support. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.